everyone. It is Tuesday. It is time to come in and just do my daily live check-in to see how everyone's doing and to kind of share my thoughts and experiences and basically provide a little bit of balance here in this group and to make sure that you know that I'm here and that we are flowing through this together. So I found myself in the strangest space today, I will admit it, and my eldest daughter is finding this as well, and we're all kind of navigating through this together. That I woke up and I felt incredibly calm and I felt incredibly balanced and grounded. I made sure that I did my usual meditation and that I did my usual flowing, but I will say that I found myself feeling incredibly grounded today, and it really has made me think that right now in our current climate, there's going to be an interesting space where there's going to be a lot of opportunity for us all to get triggered or spiked in energy. And I think it's important to acknowledge, and I'm going to go a little bit energetical here right now, that right now, the whole globe, the world, is finding a space of suspension. There is a forced pause. So although some people might compare it to like Christmas week or something like that, this is a deeper pause. This is a deeper calling. There is a lot of I don't want to use the concept of settling. There's just a deeper sense of pausing, for lack of a better term. There's a sense of pause. There's a sense of that suspension. There's a sense where all of a sudden everyone's constructs of their reality are kind of falling away right now. People who usually your kids go to school, all of a sudden they're out of school. If you usually go out for work, suddenly you might be working at home, or you might be finding that work has shifted to something else, or you might be out of work. People are finding that the different aspects that make up what everyone sees as life are all of a sudden peeling away, and those layers are revealing a deeper center to each person on this earth. And what's coming with that is that in that space, you're going to find, because everyone is in it together, there's going to be a collective shift, because suddenly there's pause. Suddenly there is a moment where everyone can feel that sigh. The earth is sighing in relief of healing, great healing. And even though everyone has that there is so much contrast in this, that you can talk about, the sickness that is potential or is spreading. You can talk about the emergency resources. You can talk about the struggles. You can talk about the challenges. But it's important that within this, we all take that moment to notice that pause and to focus on grounding. It's an interesting thing, because when you focus on grounding, when you focus on that pause, when you focus on finding your moment, and you're not focused on allowing your outside circumstance to dictate on how you find that balance, you find yourself in a state of clearing and cleansing, and you find that sense of balancing really does root you to the earth. And the more you ground, the more you deeply breathe, the more you allow yourself to feel that grounded presence, the more you become the calm in the storm. It's interesting. There was a great Bashar, my hair's too long. There was a great Bashar, I don't know if whoever follows Bashar, but there's a great Bashar video, and he was talking about the calm in the storm. He was actually talking about 2020 as being this momentous year of influence and impact and change and shifting and energy flow. And he mentioned that in all of that, the key to remember in all of this is to be the calm in the eye of the storm. That you will have this storm swirling around you, but if you find grounded focus, if you find presence as yourself, and you put your energy to being the best version of yourself, you will find that you can stand in the eye of the storm in the calmest space. And while everything is swirling around you, you will continue to feel grounded and balanced and on your own path, on your own charted course of your authentic self. This is a time of community. We are all feeling more connected to everyone that we love and care for, and even expanded to that we are connected as a planet. But within that too is each individual. And it's really important to remember that if you fuel your own inner individual love, connection, spiritual work, inner work, if you fuel that, you are going to find that you are a better help to everyone else. Everyone is an individual spark of life and light here. So it's important to remember to fuel your own inner connection so you are there when you are needed, and you are there to be present in the world as it is called for. So it really does become this inner and outer work. Hi, Lana, where you are finding that grounded center so that you feel connected to your own balance, that you find that calm in the storm, so that the storm can be swirling. You know, you go on social media and everyone is chatting about the whys and the whats and what's going on and all of this. And I truly intuitively feel that if we're not careful, we become part of the storm, even if you're pushing away from the storm. Be careful of where you put your attention. Find balance within, find your feet, find your present moment. Allow the sense of calm to fall through you. Even if your intellect, even if your mind is sitting there chattering away about something else, telling you this is not the time to be calm, find your center and find your calm. There's so much energy flowing from all of the fact that everyone's on this great pause. Literally, the universe is responding. The universe is flowing so much love and balance and energy. Everyone is releasing, you know, what Abraham Hicks calls the rockets of desire. Those are all flying into the universe and they are being received. And in that asking, those solutions are flowing in. We have to see this as an energy flow, a waterfall, a massive storm that is flowing down through us. By being calm, by being present, by being grounded, by being centered, by making sure that your focus is flowing on a sense of moment to moment space. Not thinking about the future, not thinking about anything too far ahead, just keeping yourself open in receiving mode so you can allow what's coming through to flow to you. Keep focus on your feet, keep presence, and be that calm in the storm, standing strongly, standing presently, open and receiving and grounded, you know? I find that image of being that calm in the storm, the storm swirling and swirling all around you, and you just take that pause, clear that space, and allow yourself to be totally centered and calm and focused. And it's funny because I often talk about it with my husband, that we talk about the idea of excitement and eagerness and joy and you know, just that sense of vibrancy. And that is what we function on in this house. We usually raise vibration to the point of feeling vibrant and feeling connected and dancing and in that flow. And it's a very funny space when all of a sudden I turn around and go, whoa, I feel really calm. I feel really calm and grounded. That calm and grounded it's not like you compare one as better or worse. This is a question of sometimes you find yourself in a state of receiving. Sometimes you have to stop, pause, and know that love is flowing and light is flowing and solutions are flowing, and you open up in that space. I've had a few emails over the last week and a half from clients who over months, we were working on connection and calm and centered and a shift to spiritual connection rather than just day-to-day living. And I've had a few conversations where people are now saying, that's funny, I felt called to do that inner work, and now all of those tools are making so much sense. And this is the space that I've needed to be in now that has been totally practiced over here. And there's such an empowerment in that. If you claim this time to find that balance and find that center, if you use this time to receive and tap into the fact that everyone collectively is on pause and opening up or resisting the fact that there is great desire being unleashed and that there's all this love being opened up to and all this universal energy that's being opened up to, if you give yourself a space to say, yeah, I'm going to take my time. I'm going to be calm, grounded, centered. I'm going to focus on my feet. I'm going to focus on plugging into my spiritual source. I'm going to focus on being in this now. And I'm going to take a step aside from the shoulds and the have tos and the needs. And I'm going to create space for my inner connection and my inner worth. You're going to find that that serves you step by step by step along this journey, along this path. That is what is going to see you through the storm. All right, so that's where I am today. Where I am today is I woke up and I felt grounded and solid and present and wanting calm. So I am taking my time today. I'm doing the things that I need to do. My kids and I are going to sit and watch a movie. I am making sure that I take my time to do a little bit of writing, a little bit of journaling, a little bit more meditating. I might do a little bit of baking. I'm going to be finding balance in the little things rather than being like work, or got to be out there. There are times of inner and outer, and right now this feels like a definite time to consider doing more things that serve you inner. All right. Now, this can seem a little bit confusing in times where there's so much things to be thinking about. And I want to make sure that you have some tools that you can be using for that. So if you are kind of in a space of going, wait, how exactly do we do that? Little steps of, making sure that you focus on your feet, making sure that you slow things down, squeezing in something like a bath if you can, making sure that you give yourself a space to sit. You can sit in a chair looking out the window, appreciating the sky. It doesn't even have to be a doing thing. And I think that's more the emphasis you want to give that to. It doesn't have to be, okay, yes, you're right. In order to do inner work, time to listen to that podcast. It doesn't even have to be that much of a thing because it's still the doing action. So watch for the beingness of it all. Watch for this thing that, you can pull out your yoga mat if you want, but if you end up lying on the yoga mat and just looking up at the ceiling for a little bit, that counts as being. These are unplanned moments that it's important to listen to. That is where you find the stillness, is when you decide to be still. So there's a lot of people talking about the different steps, me included. I can be like, hey, have you considered doing this or you considered doing that? You have to remember that when people offer steps, that is just offering you options for balance for yourself rather than things that you should be doing. Look out for that should, because really this is a time of beingness. You can make a list a mile long. Someone said, oh yeah, someone was saying that this is a good time to write a book or a good time to take a course or a good time to, and you go, actually, this is a good time to be. This is a good time to sit with a nice drink, nice cup of coffee or a nice cup of tea or a nice cup of water, and to sit looking out the window or to sit down on the floor with your kids and build a blocks tower, sit with them. Give yourself the opportunities to release those shoulds and find your own calm, your own sense of balance. And yeah, I know that as parents, that can be a complicated thing to find as well. But just remember that often what we think of as hard, it's going to actually create it harder to find. Whereas if you allow the moments to find you, quite honestly, there is so much energy flow right now being created that you will find that if you open to the universe to deliver those, you are going to find them. You're going to find that they pop up, and just acknowledge the fact that they're there. It can be everything from everyone getting occupied for a couple of minutes and you find yourself in the kitchen chopping vegetables, and all of a sudden you get this moment of calm. You get this moment of balance. You get this moment of feeling centered. Give yourself permission to find it in unlikely places. Don't put restrictions on it just because you think that it's not possible. Calm can come when you're putting a child to bed. You can lie there that little bit extra just so that you make sure you're surrounded in a sense of balance and love. Give yourself permission to be the calm in your own storm, to tune into that, to plug into that. Give yourself permission to let this be a shift through something. Okay. A couple of things just quickly to mention, which I was going to mention, was one, I have released the sign-up form for my challenge, which is going to be through Easter week. I know that Easter is going to be a very strange time for a lot of people, and so what I've done is starting on the Good Friday through Easter week, we are going to be having a practice a day, a practice for mindfulness for yourself, or grounded for yourself, balance for yourself. There will also be exercises for your kids, so there'll be some worksheets or some projects that they can work on. And then there's also going to be a couple of exercises for you as a family to do together to bring in that connection of stability, all of you. So this is going to be a kind of a different kind of challenge, because it will be having downloads in your inbox rather than, and then you'll have challenges delivered to your inbox, and then coming in here live, I will be talking about how to use that challenge and how what is it for. So it'll be kind of a balance from this group as well as in your inbox. So I definitely encourage you to sign up for that. Also, if you have any questions for your children and how they are dealing with this current situation, or how to help them deal with this current situation, or if they have any questions as well, I have put the post for the question and answer period, which is the question and answer live, which will be on Thursday. So I've put that into the group. So if you want to ask any of your parenting questions or questions for your kids within that post, then just pop them into that post and I will get to them on Thursday, in the live on Thursday. One other thing, I have a couple of slots that I have posted about for my reduced support calls. So these are an hour calls that you can basically come to me and we'll talk through any of your challenges right now. So I have put those in the post as well. There's 2 slots this week that are at a reduced cost. So if you need some time to just kind of talk through some stuff, you can grab one of them as well. And then or if once they're gone, then they're gone, and then I will sort out some others for next week. All right, love and light, everyone. And if you can, tune into that space of calm right now, to breathe deeply and to allow this shift that's happening for absolutely everyone to flow through you as well. There is so much love and openness that is sharing right now. And I'm looking for better terms as a way to describe the energy that's being moved around. And if you need anything, by all means, you know that you can always contact me. All right. Love and light, everyone. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.